If you ask kids today, like, what do you want to be? They say famous. It's not like, oh, I want to be an actress or I want to be a this. No, they want to be famous. And like that sort of disconnect is so dangerous. It's so dangerous. And it's coveting the wrong things.
Brooke Shields knows all too well the perils of being famous young. She had what many consider the original momager, pushing her into roles she wasn't always comfortable with. She was so sexualized in Hollywood that it gave her a strained relationship with her sexuality. The beautiful actress had no problem finding boyfriends, but staying with them was another matter. It took a lot of time for her to finally feel comfortable enough with herself to have the life and family she enjoys today. Keep watching as Brooke Shields confesses her secrets, including who is the love of her life. Brooke's relationship with her mother. They decided to talk about a topic they know all too well, overbearing mothers. Drew mentioned how her mother always wanted to be with the people she was with. She asked Brooke if her mother, Teri Shields, did the same thing.
By the way, I was so confused about sexuality because then my mom went and dated my boyfriends. Did you ever have that weird situation with your mom?
No, because she was in love with me. I was her main focus.
Brooke turned all her painful, confusing feelings about her mother into a 2-part Hulu documentary called Pretty Baby, Brooke Shields. It was named after the star's hit 1978 film where she played a child attempting to escape the sex trade. Brooke says she was, quote, catapulted into a world of adult sexuality in her early career. That included films like Pretty Baby, the nude scene in Blue Lagoon, and the revealing Calvin Klein ads she was in at only 15. There was also the story of Brooke being assaulted by a powerful executive when she was in her 20s. She wasn't comforted by her mother's response. It was also her reason for her mother always being in her interviews.
It was, no one's going to get you. I'm gonna be there. I'm there first. You're mine. I'm not gonna give you to somebody.
And I'll protect you. I'll answer
under
questions.
The guise of protection, but it was more ownership and fear, I think.
Her father didn't provide the help she needed. He wasn't the same type of dysfunctional parent, but he was also too controlling for her to live her own life. She broke up with her mother as a manager who kept calling it a divorce. It took time, but she eventually realized she could succeed on her own. The documentary was majorly successful, becoming an official selection for the 2023 Sundance Film Festival. More importantly, it gives Brooke a chance to tell her side of the story. Brooke's love life. Brooke's complicated relationship with her mother affected the rest of her life, as she admitted in an Oprah interview.
So many women told us they could still hear their mother's voices and their mother's criticism in their head. Do you still hear her voice or things that she said to you?
Luckily, I've worked so hard on myself.
It took years to separate the negative parts of her mother from the positive ones. The years before she could do that affected her relationships. Working through it eventually helped her find the love of her life. Let's talk about the men she's dated. Scott Baio. Brooke and Scott were both child stars and teen idols. They seemed like a match made in heaven. They tried dating, but there was no chemistry. Brooke described it in her 2015 memoir, There Was a Little Girl, The Real Story of My Mother and Me. She said her dates with Scott were more of a show than a true courtship. Even he admitted he saw Brooke as more of a friend. John Travolta. Brooke and John both had movies coming out in 1981. She was promoting Endless Love, and he was promoting Blowout. Her overbearing mother, Teri, thought it might be good for business if the 16-year-old and 27-year-old man got together, so she matched them up. Once again, there was no romantic attraction between them. They did become close friends, and John had very kind words to say about her. He said she, quote, exuded goodness. She's untainted. You don't want anyone to hurt her or say the wrong things because she's special. Michael Jackson. Brooke and Michael met when she was 13 and he was 19. They enjoyed each other's company, watching movies and eating candy together. He even gave her a ring at a 1984 event. The third time wasn't the charm for romantic love, though. Brooke once again felt like they were only friends. They had a falling out when he publicly claimed they were dating on the Oprah Winfrey Show. They stayed close after cutting ties as a couple and went together to Elizabeth Taylor's wedding in 1991. Brooke was asked by Michael's mother to speak at his memorial in 2009. Dean Cain. Dean was one of Brooke's more mature love interests. He was also one of the first she felt an actual romantic attraction to. They were classmates at Princeton. They dated, broke up, and got back together again after 3 years. He was even the man she lost her virginity to. It would have gone well if she hadn't felt her overbearing mother watching over them the entire time. That, plus early sexualization in Hollywood, left her paralyzed with shame about her own body. Brooke later regretted the way she ended things. She appreciated his patience during a difficult time and recently apologized. Liam Neeson. Brooke says her relationship with Liam was the first time she felt like she was dating a real movie star. He wooed her with poetry and wine. They were dating within 3 months. He asked her to marry him without a ring. The promising relationship eventually ended. Liam then married his co-star of 1994's Nell, Natasha Richardson. Andre Agassi. Brooke met tennis pro Andre Agassi in 1993. Instead of talking all night over the phone, they sent each other long faxes. They included information about everything, including life, God, fame, and overbearing parents. A spark lit, but it was almost put out by jealousy. Andre made a scene on the set of Friends when Brooke played a fan obsessed with Joey. Brooke and Andre got married in 1997, but divorced 2 years later. She blames his addiction to crystal meth, which he revealed years into their relationship. In 2022, she also sold the $7.5 million house she bought while she was with him. George Michael. Brooke had a major crush on George, as did many women of the time before he came out as gay. She soon realized it was one-sided. He took her home in a limo one night. It seemed like a date, but he told her to leave because he wanted to concentrate on his career. That made it clear to her. The love of her life. Chris was the supervising producer on Spin City. In a move straight out of the Disney movie 101 Dalmatians, her bulldog Darla introduced them. She wandered off the gym of the Warner Brothers lot and found Chris. He was a dog lover and brought Darla right back. It was love at first sight, but started as a friendship. He was a shoulder to cry on as Brooke ended her marriage with Andre. That bloomed into a romance when they got married in Marina del Rey in 2001. They have 2 daughters, Rowan and Greer, and have been together for over 20 years. Brooke wrote 2 children's books called Welcome to Your World, Baby, and It's the Best Day Ever, Dad. They were inspired by Chris's relationship with his daughters. He also wrote a TV series called I'm With Her, loosely based on his relationship with Brooke. He helped her through postpartum depression and other difficult periods in her life and continues to be her rock today. She said, quote, "If there's a moment when I'm starting to feel insecure, all he has to do is say, you know, you look beautiful, and I know it's coming from a sincere place." Brooke's life today. Brooke's most recent project was the Netflix rom-com Mother of the Bride. She's proud of the message it's sending, saying,
because it was a beautiful story. The mother-daughter relationship is really great, but more than anything, like this script from day one was going to celebrate love, and love at an age that we don't really believe we're going to be able to find it, but it's right there, just waiting. It's at the surface.
She's also launching Beginning Is Now. It's a digital platform for beauty and wellness advice for women over 40. Brooke once said that having an empty nest was, quote, death to her mother. It's not quite that drastic for her, but she admitted in a Kelly Clarkson interview that she's not exactly happy about it.
I know. I mean, I think that I have a feeling they're going to be more home. They're going to come home more.
Well, that means you're cool.
Because when they live with you, they never want to be home. But then when they're out of the house, they miraculously need, like, laundry.
Brooke has some tips for a happy life. Find quiet places. Stay grounded. Learn to love your own body and stop comparing it to others. Be ready to pivot into new roles. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite Brooke Shields role? Let us know in the comment section below.